Good morning, everybody. Those of you who don't know me, I'm the nicest guy in the country. My name is Jim McClung.
Somewhere between the end and the point where we began, there's a fire burning brightly that's found its way to dim.
I was devastated to hear the news of my good friend Jimmy passing, but really more grateful than anything for the hours and hours that we spent together that had absolutely nothing to do with real estate. Just the best stories, craziest stories. Anyone over the age of 21 want to hear these, let me know. I've always felt like if we grew up at the same time, we would have been best friends, but I will miss my good friend Jimmy. Farewell, Jimmy. Miss you already, buddy.
Everything I know about real estate, I can attribute to Jim and Joe. I'm not ready to stop learning yet. Jim's bark was way bigger than his bite. He truly loved all of the agents and wanted everyone to be successful. How lucky we were to have him as part of our lives.
So it's really hard to say just one of my favorite Jim stories. So we knew every year, June 30th, Jim's birthday, we would be at Dave & Buster's. So we would all play games, we would eat, and then all of the tickets that we got, we gave them to Jim, and then he picked out a prize for his granddaughter, Riley. That was definitely among my favorite things because watching Jim play like skee ball or the Wheel of Fortune it was pretty hysterical and I loved it. I definitely have fond memories from going there. He used a cane for a little while and he had the most random canes. One doubled as a sword. So the cane unscrewed and it was a sword. So he was prepared whenever he came to the office. If somebody made him too mad, he just had his sword handy. Not only did Jim dress really well, 3-piece suit, tie, always looked really dapper. He also had really cool sunglasses. And I remember telling him years ago that whenever he's gone, and I don't remember how I worded it, but I wanted some sunglasses. So the next week, he actually came in and brought some into the office, and he told me I didn't need to wait. So, Jim, I will be wearing these, sporting these, maybe not looking as cool as you, but I'll be thinking of you every time I wear them. I love you, Jim. Susie, he knew how lucky he was to have you. We joked all the time that you were the only woman that could put up with him, and you always put him in his place, which I know he loved, as did all of us. And I still hear him laughing. I can still hear his laughter. And I guess the only thing left to say is, Jim, you gave so much of your heart to all of us that it only makes sense that now your heart is only going to be up in heaven on a boat, living the best life in the next life. So thank you. I gotta go. My car's on fire. Bye.
The barefoot king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair. She broke your throat and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew the hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hello, good morning. I just wanted to say a few words about my friend and mentor, Jim McClung. I was honoured and privileged to work with him for pretty much 4 years, and I feel very blessed to have been working with him for that long. He was a blessed man. I just wanted to recall a funny story that happened around his birthday of this year. It was June 30th, and he came by my office and said, "I'm off now, I'm going." I said, "Okay, what are you doing for the afternoon?" He said, "Well, actually, I have to go to the bank now and get some dollar bills." And I said, "What for?" He said, "Susie's got the pole up at home." And I thought that was hilarious. I mean, he always had his quick wit, and that's what I loved about Jim. He was a lovely soul, and he'll be dearly missed.
But all I've ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew you. And it's not a cry that you hear tonight. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a chord and it's a broken
I think one of my favorite quotes from Jim is going to have to be, "My car's on fire, I have to go," as an excuse to get off the phone. I am so blessed to have Jim in my life and to get to know such an amazing person. He's always been a great person for me to be able to talk to about my dad, things in my life. His wittiness is going to be something I miss dearly, and I am just so blessed to have such an angel in my life. We're going to be greatly missed, Jim.
We all have missed you.
When I first got hired at Saveview, I met Jim and he asked me, "How do you spell IT?" I said, "IT." He said, "You're hired." From that moment, I liked him, and from that moment, he had been making me laugh. He had this way of just catching you off guard. You never knew what you were you never knew what to expect, and you think you would get used to it. Nope, you don't get used to it. He had a way of making you feel really comfortable. You could talk to him about anything just because you knew that he was paying attention. Even when you were talking about something silly, like, I don't know, yoga, he would bring up something, mention something that just showed he was actually paying attention. You would just be surprised. If you were paying attention to that, he would check in on you when you were going through something really hard, made sure to follow up because he knew that mattered, and he just genuinely cared. He had all these interesting things about him, like these cool stories that just made you want to be just like him. He was insanely smart, insanely funny, and he'll be insanely missed. I remember he called USBs gazintas because it goes into the computer. And I'll probably call him that for the rest of my life just because I liked his way so much better. one time I was having this really rough day, and I was just talking to Jim, and I broke down just a little bit, and I just tried to play it off, and I was just like, I'm just fine, I just need a nap and a beer. And so I went to go work on a computer, and before you know it, he had went to go find a beer from Tony's office, and he brought it up, and he just placed it down right next to me, and it was just like that gesture, and that he cared, and it was just so funny and just so him. It was so perfect, you know. I could really use that beer right now, Jim, so please send one. I love him so much. I know y'all loved him so much, and we're all going to miss him so much. May you rest in peace, Jim.
Jim was always a character, and he could make you laugh, and he always had some kind of smart aleck remark to make, so I knew that's why I liked him, because I'm kind of the same way. But when it was time to work and it was, business time, he would give it to you straight, which I always appreciated him for that. And he helped me out a few times in some jams that I got into. But one particular thing that will always be with me is when I first started with the office and I did my very first phone duty, I could hear Jim talking. He used to have his office right next to the second chair. And he's talking, and then out of nowhere, you hear Jim say, "I gotta go, my car's on fire." So I stop what I'm doing and I'm like, "Where's your car at, Jim?" And he's like, "I just had to get off the phone." So that was always Jim, and I was always grateful to see him in the meetings, because I knew that he would make it special for me, that it wasn't just, something that was going to be boring to me. He knew how to put a twist on things and make you want to be a better person and to get things done. He always said, "You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right." And so I'm glad to have known Jim for that.
Sail away with me, honey. Put my heart in your hand. Sail away with me, honey. Now. Sail away with me. What will be, will be. I wanna hold you now. Crazy skies are wild.
Jim used to make me so mad. I'd go to him with a contract question. Instead of telling me the answer, he would ask me, "What does the contract say?" Which meant I would actually have to read the contract, and what realtor does that? Now I realize what he was doing. He truly held our industry to a higher standard. He knew we could all be better at what we do, and instead of just being a person that would fill in blanks, he wanted us to actually know real estate. Now when agents ask me contract questions, I ask them, "Have you read the contract?" Read the contract and get back to me with what the contract says. Thanks, Jim. We'll miss you. Enjoy your boat ride.
Never needed you so bad. Spinning round inside my head.